The Cleveland Cavaliers are rolling into the 22-23 season with great excitement. That's typically what happens when you trade for one of the best players in the game, which is precisely what they did when they traded for star guard Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. Now the Cavs look set to contend in a loaded Eastern Conference next season. It's not a stretch to say that the Cavs are in a pretty good spot with Mitchell on board now. But could they somehow find a way to put themselves in an even better spot in the future? Some league insiders think that a potentially explosive reunion between LeBron James and the Cavs could be possible in the future. The difference between this reunion and the previous one would be that the Cavs would only reunite with James on their own terms. Considering how James recently committed his future to the LA Lakers this offseason, this could be a few years away. By then, James' perspective on how he intends to close out his career could be different. Maybe he would be open to a reunion with Cleveland to finish his career by then. Here's what Chris Fedor had to say on the matter recently. "I think they'd be open to it on their own terms, under the right terms. Terms that are very different from the ones he came back to in 2014. When you acquire LeBron, there are a lot of things that go with that. He wants power. He wants to help make decisions over the roster and people that are hired within the organization. He wants to be at the center of everything and have a team built around his strengths and things along those lines. The Cavaliers would not sign up for that kind of situation. They feel good about what they have here, especially with the addition of Donovan Mitchell. Back in 2014, they needed a savior and needed LeBron to come back and take them to a different level," said Chris Fedor via HoopsHype. It's interesting that the Cavs would be interested in a reunion with James here, especially considering they just swung a massive trade with the Jazz for Mitchell. Their future, for the most part, seems set around Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. Would they be willing to give that up for a potential deal involving James? There are a lot of question marks surrounding this report, and it remains to be seen whether or not James would even be interested in returning to Cleveland. As previously mentioned, he signed the new extension with the Lakers earlier this offseason and seems committed to chasing titles in LA. But NBA players' desires change on a whim quite frequently, and it's worth wondering whether that will be the case for James here. Maybe the Lakers continue to struggle and he becomes receptive to a potential move back to the Cavs. For now, it doesn't seem highly likely, but who knows? James may decide he wants to finish his career where he started it. If superstars like LeBron thrive on something, it's the excitement of new chapters and stories like this. When LeBron left for Miami, it broke the internet. Going back to Cleveland was once again huge, while joining the Lakers seemed like the epitome of James' career. But is it really the last stop? A comeback would be a hell of a storybook ending for the King. LeBron could return home for 1 or 2 seasons to finish where it all started, maybe even alongside his son Bronny in some wild scenario, competing for another championship along all those young stars. Although it seems far-fetched, you can never count out the NBA and LeBron on surprising you with the unexpected.